Hi, everybody. Welcome to Pace Studio on the Road. We're live above the Brooklyn Folk Festival at St. Anne's Church in downtown Brooklyn right now with Taylor Ashton. Taylor, it's great to see you again, man.
Hey.
Man, I cannot wait to see what transpires right now. There has been a flurry of rehearsal activity just now, and I can't wait to see how this turns out, man. We're going to hear three or four songs. I don't know yet, but one of them's going to be brand new. We're going to hear songs from across the catalog.
Yeah.
And what do you feel like doing first today?
I'm going to sing the song Nicole. This is from the record that I put out in Feb 2020 called The Romantic. It's a little meditation on the forward movement of time, how frustrating that can be, that it only goes in that one direction. It goes like this. Well, the smoke I put back into the smokestacks. The napkins formed into ancient trees. The ice came out of the ocean. Oh yeah, and you are coming home to me, Nicole. And they forgot how to split the atom. The chimpanzees forgot how to fight. And they're moving back into the water. Oh yeah, and you are coming home tonight. Oh, Nicole. And the scrolls are in stock in Alexandria, and meat is growing on dinosaur bones, and the continents are coming together. Oh yeah, and you are coming home. I said you coming home for good this time. Yeah, and you are coming home for good this time. Oh, Nicole. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Taylor. Dude, thank you for pulling this together. We've been crossing paths a decent amount lately. The Green River Fest at Rockwood Music Hall just the other day, and the amount of collaboration that was happening there at that festival, that happens at Rockwood, that happens, I know, with you in your career is delightful. I mean, we were just offline telling me about the Courtney Hartman project, which I know we're going to hear some of today. What was the genesis of that meeting between you and Courtney, and how have you been able to support each other and collaborate over the years?
It was kind of when Courtney and I met, we just kind of had that classic thing of like, hey, we should like get together and try to write a song, which is like, you know, in my experience that kind of comes to fruition, probably 8%. Less than 10% of the time. But it's like, it's always a nice idea, and I think you just kind of like throw those things out there to people you meet, and sometimes it just kind of feels like it's meant to be. Courtney and I got together a few times, maybe, I guess it must have been 3 or 4 or 5, I have no concept of time, years ago. And then we just, at a certain point, it was kind of like we had enough songs to make a record, and it was just like a really special little like 4 days up on coastal Massachusetts. It's been like a real treat to have this record just kind of floating out there, and it's a nice thing about making stuff and about collaborating people, I guess, is it's kind of like, it kind of feels like the songs that you make with people, it's like a picture of you in them, and it's like, oh man, that was so nice when we did that, instead of just looking at a bunch of pictures of just me.
Right. Well, good for you. I'm glad that you are not the type of person who does love to just look at pictures of themselves, because you know that guy and that girl is definitely out there. So
yes, I'm sure they are.
Yeah. Well, I enjoy it very much. I'm glad that you guys got together. We got to cross paths with Courtney in Nashville, like I was telling you, with Anna Tivol.
Yep.
Not too long ago, a month ago, maybe something like that. And
some of my favorite people.
Delightful. Yep. And you're about to delight us with one of those tunes from the record that you did with Courtney right now, right?
That's right. So this song is called Better, and I'll warn you right away, it is better to do it with Courtney, because there's a kind of a guitar solo section that she just kind of, it always like, I feel like I've like hopped off a giant mountain in a wingsuit or something when she starts playing. I'm just like, yes. But this will be the guitar solo-less version. This is Better. Here we go.
Can't wait till we're on talking terms again. Can't wait to tell you how well I've been. Can't wait to see your face when you see what I've done with the place. 'Cause I broke my patterns into smithereens. Yeah, I broke through all that shit and now I'm clean. I broke my promise then, but I promise I won't do that again. Cause I'm better now. I'm better now. Don't you think I've stayed away now long enough? And don't you know that staying away has been really tough? Don't you wanna see me? Don't you wanna believe in me? Cause I know you said you couldn't have me around, but I know you'd change your mind if you saw me now. I know you'd see it's true if you just let me make it up to you. I'm bitter, I'm bitter, I'm bitter now. I'm bitter, I'm bitter, I'm bitter now. I'm bitter, I'm bitter, I'm bitter now. Can't wait till we're on talking terms again. Can't wait to tell you how well I've been. Can't wait to see your face when you see what I've done with the place.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Taylor.
Such a nice little studio audience in here. I love this vibe.
Yeah, dude, this is like 225% bigger than any other studio audience that we've had so far this week. So thank you, studio audience. You guys are doing great. So I know next there's a brand new one coming up. Have you found yourself with a lot of writing partners as the new batch of music comes out into the world? Do you find that you're doing, is it primarily a solo experience right at the moment, or how has the new batch been coming out for you?
Writing is mostly a solitary thing for me. The actual, these are the words, this is the melody, this is the banjo part, these are the chords, and that kind of thing. I have a few people that I've written with. My friend, probably my most kind of consistent over the years has been my friend Benjamin Lazar Davis. He and I have, I think there's a couple of his records out that we have co-writes on, and we have a couple more things in the works. I don't know any of them to play them right now, but yeah, songwriting is something that I find it's like, I really like to have kind of like moral support in, and I like to give moral support in it as well. But it is kind of generally this it's like me at my house in like a dark corner of the apartment, just kind of like making myself as tiny as possible and just trying to work something out, or if I'm lucky enough to find myself in like a cabin somewhere or something like that, or with like a voice memo of some half-written melody in my ears, something like that.
Can you share? I'm sorry, you had a thought next.
Oh well. No, please.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't related, but not completely the same subject. But you can you talk about any of those artists who you have been able to lend support to? Is that public information about who you've been able to nudge and support them in the way that you know that a songwriter needs support?
Well, I've been a part of a few kind of like little secret email chains where there's kind of like the accountability, like either for a period of a week to write a song every day for the week, and then people submit the songs, and there's a playlist that everyone gets to listen to, and I've also I've kind of administrated like a song a week version of that. That's like will take 3 months, and then every week people send things in, and there's just kind of this sense of like a deadline, and the fact. There's this kind of like, to me, it feels really important to have that space where it's like, it feels really crucial to get something done, but it really doesn't feel that important what it is, or at least it doesn't to me. Like it's just about like, oh crap, the deadline for this week is like Friday night. I haven't done anything, and then I'll have to spend a couple hours and just get something down. And it's this beautiful thing of like, you get your critic kind of like doesn't have time to enter the kind of like evil corner of your brain critic that's like, everything you do sucks, it's not good enough. At least that's the voice that mine has. It's like, yo, what are you doing, idiot?
Bro.
And I'm just like, oh. So it's kind of like, if you're like, hey, listen, I just got to get something done by midnight tonight. Like, it doesn't need to be good. And it's like, okay, fine, just get it done. And then we're going to get back to this thing where the critic berates you. But like, it's like the secret way that you can kind of like sometimes that stuff magically turns out to be like very, very cool. And like for me, a lot of times, like I'll have these things that I'm like chipping away at over months, and then I'm like, crap, I got to get something just done for this thing, and then it'll be the next morning I'll listen to it, and it's way better than the thing I've been laboring over. So having been able to kind of administrate these little email threads and put the framework in place, or participate when other people have done, other friends of mine have done similar things. You were asking if I could speak to who has been on these threads. I sort of like...
Yeah, I mean, the specificity doesn't really matter. I like
nobody
that
has
answer a lot.
said, like, don't tell anyone I do this stuff, but there's like this kind of feeling like it's like, there's like, it's kind of weirdly sacred or something, that it's kind of like, we get to like hear each other's like often pretty bad songs, but like, if you do a song a day for a week, I find there's a pretty good chance that like one of the 7 songs is going to be kick-ass, even if the other 6 are absolute trash, which is like, that's a great way to spend a week. If you can get one decent song started in a week, then I just find like turning the tap on and just letting a bunch of like garbage kind of flow out and just kind of clear the pipes. And then like, sometimes, you just have to let that stuff out. And I think without those deadlines, a lot of us can kind of like walk around being like, we have this one idea that's like kind of clogging the whole system. And it's like, sometimes it's not even worth pursuing. And it's just like, I got to think of this one chorus and this one word in the chorus of this really bad song I'm writing, and it's like letting it just get out of the way of whatever other thing is, can just be so freeing. So I've been able to lend that support in that way, but it's not much. It doesn't take much work. It's just kind of like, here's what we're doing. I'm going to send out the email. But a few of my friends have been like, they're like, I wrote this record and it's like 10 of the 12 songs are from the weekly thing. And like, I would never have written them, and like, thank you. And I'm like, well, they wrote them, but just having that little bit of framework, because it can be such a lonely art form, and just to have someone be like, hey, did you write anything this week? And it's like, oh crap, yeah, I'll do something,
Yeah, but
it can
even though
huge.
sending an email is it's not a difficult thing to do, the consistency of doing that over time for the people that you care about and whose art you care about, that's the work, right? Just doing it consistently and making sure that they know that you're around and there for it.
Yeah, and I mean, I haven't been that consistent, but I try my best.
Well, we'd love to hear there's brand new music of yours coming up next, I believe, in this session right now, right?
Yes, and I recorded a whole album's worth of material this summer, and I'm going to play a song that is not even in that batch. This will have to be on the thing after that. But this is a little song about getting on a plane and for questionable reasons. And locations, names, details have been changed to protect the innocent. But this is called Pasadena. And 18 hours to wonder why the hell I'm going to Pasadena. I told my friends I was leaving town, but where I was bound I didn't say. I'd have to leave the earth to get further away than this bedroom in Pasadena. Oh, Pasadena, just between you and me, I crossed the sea just to see you.
knows my heart's in town. Does it make a sound as it breaks? No one who loves me is awake or anywhere near Pasadena. You let me in to put my case down, and I laid face down on your bed. I hope nobody saw you coming in. You said, oh, and welcome to Pasadena. Well, Pasadena, just between you and me. I crossed the sea just to see you. No wonder I've been wrong, out on the lemon on the limb now. It might be night back home, but daylight in Pasadena. I'm out where I don't belong, out on the lemon on the limb now. I'm out where I don't belong, walking in Pasadena. I'm up the red along, up on the lemon on the limb now. It might be night back home, but daylight in Pasadena. Daylight in Pasadena. Daylight in Pasadena. Thanks.
All right, thank you, man. Thanks for playing for us and sharing all of the. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you have going on at all times. New music playing, and can you? Let's see. What do you have going on in the very near future in terms of whether? I mean, are there publicly announced new music release dates? I know clearly there's a lot in the pipeline, and are there publicly announced shows that you're looking forward to right now?
Yeah, I'll be opening for Rachel and Villery at Rockwood Music Hall on November 21st, I want to say. And then going on a little run opening for my friends in the band Mipso.
Yeah.
I know you've run into them over the past few months as well.
Chattanooga.
And really looking forward to that. Yeah. And also just, my mind is kind of on this record that I made over the summer. I went out on the road with a friend of mine who's a recording engineer, and we, at the end of May and the beginning of June, I don't know if you remember that, but that was like, everyone's got the vaccine, no worries for the rest of our days, that was kind of pre-Delta and all that, so it was kind of incredible the way that we timed this thing, because the whole plan was to go and stop in and hang with friends across the country and record with people and do a series of sometimes duets, sometimes we would get a few people together, and I'm really so happy with what we got, and now kind of it's about getting it mixed and mastered and all that stuff, and then I can think about when it'll come out, but yeah, it was like a really joyful time, and I think we caught kind of a nice energy on those recordings, and I'm excited for people to hear that stuff. And I'd actually like to play one of the songs that we recorded back in June, and this one's called Honey. And this is a song where I had little bits and pieces of the verse, some pieces of the chorus. They were kind of living in little different places, and they kind of finally came together and found the right groove and found the right kind of setting just shortly before we hit the road. And I'm really glad to kind of have the song have a life now. So, and we're getting some BGVs from the Peanut Gallery too, which I use that term affectionately, of course. I love peanuts. So just want to be clear about that. I'm not using peanut in a degrading way. I'm not like allergic to peanuts,
It's not allowed
No, it's not. I mean, it's not a nut at all, really. It's so much more. I was actually, I have this song that I'm writing right now where I'm trying to rhyme legume with legroom. That's not this song, it's a different one. But just putting that out there. Somebody on the internet to steal from me. Or someone's probably already done it. There's a lot of people out there. It's kind of a terrifying thought. Okay, where was I? I'm just trying to delay the end of this because this has been such a joy. Thanks for asking me to do this. I appreciate it. Here's the song.
Some memories live in your spine. Some moments come unstuck in time. I see a buzzing neon sign, the color of honey. I could just make out your silhouette. You know I'll take what I can get. I took a drag from your cigarette and I tasted honey. So buzz me up or come on down. Come to the door in your dressing gown. I don't mind you messing around, honey. I said I'm downstairs, honey, let me in. Let me clean off that comb again. Feels like I'm sinking in, honey. And I know that I'm destined to toil and then return back to the soil. 'Cause everything must someday spoil, except for honey. And I heard that when they got inside, they found it there by his side, fresh as the day the Pharaoh died, a jar of honey. So buzz me up or come on down. Come to the door in your dressing gown. I don't mind you messing around, honey. I said I'm downstairs, honey, let me in. Let me clean off that comb again. Feels like I'm sinking in, honey. Well, some things are best left unsung, to burn a hole in your tongue. But I'm not afraid of getting stung, honey. So buzz me up, come on down, come to the door in your dressing gown. Don't mind you messing around, honey. Feels like I'm sinking in, honey. Feels like I'm sinking in, honey. Yeah, I think I'm sinking in, honey.
Man, that was so much fun to see that take shape. Tamara Korn, Christine Sweeney, thank you very much for joining.
Thanks, you too.
Totally delightful.
Juan, were you
Taylor,
singing along
Ashton.
too?
No, I was focused on like just making it sound great.
All right, next time. Next time. Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
Man, dude, thank you for doing this, and have a wonderful night here at the Folk Fest. I think we've got 2 more sessions happening here, and then we'll hang out down in the church downstairs. And man, it's always great to see you, and we'll see you again.
Great to see you too.
If the pattern holds, we'll see you like next week, probably.
Oh yeah, easy. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Juan. Thanks, Tamara. Thanks, Christine. Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Taylor.